Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and I hope that you guys are having a fantastic morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is for you when today's video finally reaches you. You guys, today's video is one that I feel like might just freak you out, especially if you're like me and this has to do with one of your childhood fears. Now that I'm an adult, whenever I look back on childhood fears of mine that actually could have made sense, or when there's terrifying things to do with those fears that I had as a child, it just freaks me out all the more, and today's video is no exception. But before we get into today's video, I would very quickly like to thank today's video sponsor, Scentbird. Now, Scentbird is a monthly subscription service that allows you to sample over 600 fragrances, as well as skincare, makeup, and wellness products. You just choose the items that you would like to test out for the month, and you can have up to 3 items delivered to your door with free shipping. Now, Scentbird actually partners up with designer brands like Versace, Gucci, Prada, and even indie labels, so you know that you're getting 100% authentic scents, which is incredible. Now, it works through both men and women, which is awesome, and you get a free refillable case with your first order. So it comes in these adorable little cases, and I'm so excited to test out some new scents because the one that I tested out this month that I haven't tried yet is the Prada Candy, which is my sister's favorite scent. So I was interested to test it out, and it comes, like I said, in these cute little containers or bottles, and you're able to just spritz right out of there. I also got Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. But like I said, Scentbird doesn't just stop at scents and fragrances. They also have skincare, makeup, and wellness products too, and I am so excited to test those out as well. So make sure you guys head on down to my description, click the link down in my description box, use my code, and you will receive 30% off of your first order, which means it's just $10 for your first month. Oh, and make sure you guys download their iOS or Android app. It is super convenient to use, and it's just amazing. So thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. So today's video is diving into the idea that there could be someone or something living in your closet, or more specifically, the closets of children and teenagers. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, one of my biggest fears was something being within my closet while I was sleeping or under my bed. And I feel like that's kind of a common fear amongst children as a whole. I feel like the mystery of what could lie behind the closed closet doors, or the idea that if your closet doors open a crack, something is peeking out and watching you, is just common amongst children. That and the idea if your feet are dangling over the bed, there could be a monster under it to grab them. Was that just me? Like, I always felt like if my feet were dangling over the bed, there could be something under there ready to snag my feet. But I feel like those two things were a very big fear when I was younger, at least amongst me and my friends. I also feel like it was the center of a lot of scary stories that we were told as kids, and also the center of a lot of horror films and urban legends, which is what leads me into today's video. You guys, I just recently found out that amongst plenty of children from all different corners of the world, there is said to be an urban legend of an entity that resides in the closet. And what's really interesting and so creepy about this is that amongst all of these different people who've experienced it, from different countries, different places, different spaces, they all had a very similar story to tell about this being in the closet, which led many to believe that perhaps it wasn't an urban legend at all, but that there really is something living within the closets of our homes. So basically, as the story goes, within every closet and every home, there's entities waiting inside of them. If you're up late enough, you might hear their whispers, you might hear their calls, you might see their shadows. But if you can hear and understand them, that means that they've chosen you. They say it starts out with the whispers or the scratching within the closet. You'll hear what sounds like nails going from the top to the bottom of the closet, nails scratching and poking and clawing, until eventually you'll start to hear whispers calling out from the closet, almost inviting you to open it, but you feel deep down that you absolutely should not open it. And that's when it moves into the closet just opening a little bit on its own, leaving that crack exposing the darkness of the closet and leading you to furthermore want to check it out and want to explore, but you know that you shouldn't. Some people hear the whispers only, some people have the closet door creak open, and some unlucky ones even see eyes or shadows waiting for them. Now, what this entity wants from you, nobody really knows. But one thing that's common amongst this legend is that after time, it begins to learn you. It calls your name. It repeats your secrets. It lures you in and sometimes even threatens you. They even say that sometimes this entity will even start to come out of the closet. And when it does this, you're in trouble. You'll see it crawling across the floor. Some say that it looks like a shadow figure, while others say that it looks almost like a monster. And some say that you can't tell what it is at all. But all that they know is that this thing will be there until one day they're old enough for it to no longer be visible anymore. But it leaves many to wonder, is it still in there? Is there something about adults that makes you not so open to it? Or do adults see it too and play it off as nothing much? Do you guys think that there's one in every single closet? Or do you think just some unlucky ones see it? I don't know, you guys. It just really freaks me out. There was one instance where this family had only had one child for quite some time, and she would constantly complain of this exact type of thing. She would hear scratching, she would hear whispering, she would see shadows, the door would creak open, she would see eyes, and they chalked it up to her child imagination. Until years and years and years later, the family was blessed with another child, who without knowing any of this, had the exact same experience, which led the mother to believe that there was actually something to this. Another instance told of a boy who had a very similar experience. He started complaining about something in his closet, saying that whatever it was would call out his name. Then it would scratch down the closet doors, and eventually the closet door would start to open. His mother didn't believe him whatsoever, and eventually one night sat out to sleep in his room with him to prove that this was nothing more than his imagination. And when she did, to her surprise, she had the most unsettling feeling all night. And when she woke up to her boy sleeping next to her, the closet door was, in fact, a little bit open. And she saw what she described as dark, soulless eyes looking back at her. Another family said that their baby would wake up all the time in the middle of the night screaming, and they could never understand why. Until one night they heard what sounded like a big boom. They heard their newborn baby screaming and crying, and when they went in, the closet door was completely flung open and the baby was crying, staring over in that direction. And as that baby would grow up, that little child would be terrified of the closet, claiming that there was something in there that wanted her. Even my own cousin, you guys, had this giant fear about the closet and always claimed that there was a monster in the closet. And what's crazy about it is that it's kind of become like an urban legend in itself. Like all children, like I said earlier, fear the closet or fear under the bed. Well, not all children, but a large majority of them do. So many parents are so quick to dismiss it because it just seems like a silly childhood fear. You almost assume that there couldn't be anything in the closet because of course it would be your child's imagination. But is it? So I want to know from you guys, did you guys have an entity in your closet? Do you have an entity in your closet? What do you think it is and what do you think it wants? Let me know in the comments below. I always feared my closet, but I never had anything that traumatic happen with my closet. I was more so worried about under the bed. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think it's just an urban legend? Or do you think that there's something more to it? Let me know in the comments below, and I will be reading all of your guys' theories. I don't know, you guys. I just felt like I had to make a video on this because it just really freaks me out to think that there's something more to the traditional ghost in your closet, entity in your closet. I don't know. It's really spooky. With that being said, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have also experienced something like this, and I will be reading through all of the comments. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would super love it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. Thank you so much once again to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you guys click the link down in the description to receive 30% off of your first month, getting your first month for only $10. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you.